जर्मनी में लीगल मैटर्स ट्रिकी हो सकते हैं. वीज़ास, रेंटल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स या फिर डेली लाइफ के कुछ और कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. एक छोटी सी गलती भी आपके लिए बड़ा हेडेक बन सकती है. तो आज के हमारे स्पेशल गेस्ट है मिस्टर सिद्धार्थ लुगानी, जो कि है एक एडवोकेट और एंटरप्रेनर. वेलकम सिद्धार्थ जी. Thank you for giving some time for globepravasi. So, Siddharth ji, would you like to share your journey about advocate and entrepreneurship in Germany?
Yeah, I was born in Germany already. My parents came 60 years ago to Germany. Then I did all my schooling here. Then I studied political science. Then I studied economy. Then I studied law. And then since 2009 I'm a lawyer. I first worked in a big corporate law company. Then I went to the insolvency administrator. And since 2015 I'm running my own law company. And mainly my clients have Indian origin. 80%.
80%. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. तो सिद्धार्थ जी, आपके एक्सपीरियंस में एक्सपैट्स को जर्मनी आते ही कौन से कॉमन लीगल इश्यूज फेस करने पड़ते हैं?
First thing, if you come from India, be aware of the gold which you are wearing.
Okay, gold.
Yeah, most of them who enter first time, newly married, have the first bad experience at the airport.
Yeah.
So that you should be aware of.
Okay.
Second big option, challenge is for sure finding a flat. And here I've seen in the last 1 year that a lot of people are going back to India and they have limited contracts and they don't get out of these limited contracts.
Okay.
And the second point is often you waive your right to terminate for 2 years or something. And then you're obliged to pay also if you lose your job or if you just say I want to go. And this idea that you always are allowed to sublet is not true.
Oh.
You need the consents.
Okay.
These are, I think, the first steps which you have to look at in Germany. And for sure you need patience because every German authority takes time and don't think that lawyers can speed it up. Just have patience.
Okay. So in these cases, lawyer can't help.
No, you will have some lawyer making fees, but there's no hotline for us lawyers or something.
Okay.
There's nothing. We have the same queue, we have the same phone number,
Okay.
and we also get the auto response. Please don't get on our nerves.
Okay.
So you need patience.
Patience, yeah.
Yeah,
Patience is the only key.
Yeah, for these cases. Yeah.
तो ऑफन ऐसे कहा जाता है, मीन्स मैं भी वीडियोस में बोलते रहता हूँ कि जैसे ही आप जर्मनी आते हो तो विद इन 2 weeks यू हैव टू डू द अनमेल्डुंग, वेदर यू हैव इट accommodation or not, whether you are staying in hotel or something, you still have to do it. ये कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है अनमेल्डुंग का करना?
It's very important because the Anmeldung enables your company to run your salary slip. Because with the Anmeldung, you can go to the Finanzamt, you can get your tax number. The Anmeldung is number 1 for social security. And your company has to run the social security for pension, unemployment benefit, and especially for healthcare. And with no Anmeldung, nothing can be started. Sure, if you miss the 2 weeks, it's not a hard deadline, but please keep it in mind. And especially also, you want your salary. Not possible without Anmeldung.
Without Anmeldung, yeah. So what expat exactly should know about the employment contract? So I would like to say basics, what they can see. When a lawyer sees it, it's completely different story. But let's say if I am searching for a job from India and I get a work contract, so which touch points I should be aware of to check?
You should be really aware of the probation period of 6 months. And also if the probation period is not mentioned in the contract, the protection also starts according to the law only after 6 months. So if you are terminated within 6 months, nothing can be done.
Okay.
And just don't spend on lawyers again. And you should be aware that a company with less than 10 employees, all these small startups, don't have any protection. There I can terminate just because I don't like your face. In the morning, I say, no, I don't like you.
Okay.
I have to serve the notice period, and that's it. So small companies are really a challenge.
Okay. So small companies is like with the 10 employees?
The law says less than 10.
Less than 10, okay.
And then you can just terminate however you like.
Okay. So it's not the typical German style, you give 3 months notice period. Simply, no. I don't like you, you go.
And also good that you're saying 3 months. 3 months is not mentioned in the law. 3 months is just you and your company have decided.
okay.
The law book says till 2 years, 1 month, till 4 years, 2 months. I'm not exactly precise. It's written down in para 622 BGB, but the ordinary termination is in the law book, and it starts with 2 weeks, then 1 month, then it gets higher the longer you're in the company. And 3 months are a rumor.
Okay.
The same rumor with severance.
Okay.
In Germany, I can terminate without paying severance.
Okay.
It's only a recommendation in law book of half a monthly salary for each year you've served, but only a recommendation.
Okay. So if company is following that, then you are lucky.
Yeah, garden leave and severance is a mercy in the end.
Okay.
Sure, it's a bazaar in the end,
Yeah.
especially with the big companies like you are working for. But normally, if you go strict with the law book, then a termination is valid because I am transferring my business to India,
Yeah.
then I don't have to pay you anything. Most companies pay just to avoid legal matters at court,
Yeah.
but it's not any binding thing.
Okay. So, Siddharth, how to identify a fraudulent job and what could be the consequences if you took the fraudulent job?
Honestly, I know social medias are very big and also big companies use them, but on Facebook I've seen a lot of jobs, for example, shipping, for example, money laundering. And here you have, the first thing is a website alone is not sufficient to be sure it's a real company. There should be a real number in Germany. There should be a real person. And the problem with these jobs, like the shipping jobs, is not only that normally you don't get your salary, because after 4 weeks they stop replying to you.
Oh, okay.
Second problem is you're shipping goods, so someone has sent you goods, not on order, so you might have to, and you have sent it to someone else, so you might have to pay for compensation for damages, and it could be even a police case because you helped someone, and you should be alert because this company was strange to launder money.
Okay.
That's why these jobs, and also if you read 15 euros and no knowledge required, nothing required, you just can do it on yourself.
Yeah.
Which boss does this?
Yeah. No one.
No one. And then you see 15 euros, it smells.
Yeah.
I know, understand that people want to have some extra money,
Yeah.
but this extra money will cost you in the end
Yeah.
thousands.
Okay. Yeah. So you have to be aware of that. The authenticity of the social media is not trustworthy.
Yeah, would you employ someone just through Facebook by uploading something? And a lot of people fall on it. I don't
okay.
accuse them, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the last 6 months I've seen 80 cases like this.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
huge
a
number.
lot of students do it. Then housemakers will say, okay, some extra money,
Yeah.
and it's a trap.
Okay. Yeah. That's really need to be aware.
Yeah.
about the Facebook.
And please also with crypto on Facebook. Lots of people are losing money on cryptos.
Yeah. Crypto is a separate topic.
Yeah, there please also be aware. All these young-looking Chinese people who
Yeah.
approach you,
No.
be aware
Be aware. Yeah.
and be away.
Be aware and stay away. Yeah. Stay away, stay safe.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
And also, if you see someone promising you 60 euros per day for trading, how?
How it's.
Use your brain a bit.
Yeah. So whenever someone comes to Germany, so I have a liability insurance, and we often see the advertisements buy liability insurance. In your point of view, how important is liability insurance in Germany?
Liability insurance in Germany is a must, to be honest. I'm not a guy who wants to sell insurances, and
Yeah.
I don't sell
Me
insurances,
neither.
but we have a lot of cars in Germany.
Yeah.
And if you have children and you bump into a car,
Yeah.
your child, and they can say, okay, because you did not take care, Mercedes BMW window is very expensive.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know the premium these days, but liability insurance, especially if you're in the city, there's so many cycles, or if you're using public transport,
Yeah.
something can happen. And these amounts are huge.
Yeah.
and you don't get rid of them. They stay with you till you die.
Yeah.
So, and if you, by just negligence, injure somebody, and he is not able to work for the next 30 years,
Then it's a big
then
problem.
you have to pay for this
Yeah.
till he dies,
Oh.
until you die. So it's a must-have liability insurance, especially if you're in the public
Yeah.
transport, public parks, if you have children, that you will not cover. In German cars are expensive. A scratch can cost thousands.
Yeah. And only one liability insurance covers your family, like your wife, your child.
Yeah, you should do the family one so
Yeah.
that everyone is covered, especially also the children.
Yeah, okay. So Siddharthji, what about the loan repayment fail? There are two types of questions. One is like, if I took loan from you and I didn't repay you, will you go to the police as an expat or to the judge? That is one question. Second question is, many people take loan here in banks to buy property in India because it's convenient due to the less rate of interest compared to the India. And in that case, if someone fails to repay the loan here, what could be the consequences?
The first question, number one, I have the feeling and the experience that a lot of people think the police is in charge for everything in Germany. I go to police and make a complaint. 90% of these complaints are rejected by the police officer.
Okay.
If you don't repay your loan, then you're not a criminal. Then you are just failed to pay. So you have to go to the lawyer, and he has to sue this person, and then the civil courts decide, not the criminal court.
Okay.
Only then the criminal court, the police, if he betrayed you. But that you can hardly prove.
Oh,
So
okay.
don't, and especially also if you do small loans of 1,000 euros, think of you have lost it.
Okay.
If it's a nice guy, he'll pay it back.
Yeah.
Also going to a lawyer for 1,000 euros, no lawyer will take the case.
Okay.
Or his charges will be more than 1,000 euros.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Okay. Don't do it.
The second question, you're not able to pay back the loan. The loan is a private loan from the bank, so the bank will have a signature from you where they can, after 3 times of non-failure, seize your salaries.
Oh, okay.
They will just seize your salary. And second thing is, if you think of going back to India while you have the loan here, that's a big challenge.
Okay.
Because you have to tell it to the bank, and the bank will say,
You have
you
to
pay back now because we don't want to file a case on you in India, and you are obliged to tell the bank the new address,
Okay.
and normally your bank account gets closed if you don't have a residence in Germany.
Okay.
So if you take a loan for 10 years, you make sure you're here for 10 years.
Okay.
Or have as much money aside that you can also pay the penalty for repaying the loan early.
Okay. Yeah. So now my next question is like freedom of speech. Like in online, people do comment something like that, and GDPR is a big thing. It's when you are new to Germany, you don't know about the GDPR, but after a while, you understand the severeness of the GDPR and how to handle freedom of speech in such a situation.
Freedom of speech and all this public voting, public viewing is a big challenge. I had a client, she booked a flat for vacations, and there was no refund, and she didn't go there. Then she called the landlord and said, I will write a bad survey about you, a bad opinion on Google. She did it. The landlord was a hard guy. He complained at the police for blackmailing, because that is blackmailing. I write bad about you if you don't refund. That's clear blackmailing.
Yeah.
Then we had to go to court for a cease and desist, that she has to revoke what she said. She has to say, I will never do it again. And if she would do it again, it's another 10,000 euros penalty.
10,000. Okay.
Yeah, and we had 3 hearings at court, and my fees was about 5,000 euros for this work. For just one silly thing, I will write a bad review on you.
No.
And also have some Indian restaurants here in Munich. And they are often say, Mr. Lugani, the guy has said, if I don't give him the tea for free, he will write a bad review on my restaurant.
Okay.
So be careful, and it's this viewing, because freedom of speech, I can say it did not taste well. But if I say the cook is shitty, then it's a difference.
Yeah.
Because I'm naming someone.
Yeah.
The other one is a personal impression.
Yeah.
The second thing is, no, Mr. Lugani is not a lawyer. No, I am a lawyer. You can write down,
Yeah.
he's not a good lawyer, but you cannot write, he's not a lawyer.
Yeah.
And that is, for a non-lawyer, hard to understand what to write and what to write. So I don't write at all, to be honest.
I also don't.
No, I think you really have to be alert before you post something, because you might infringe someone's rights, and sometimes you do this with emotions, but if the concerned person sees it, he will not care about your emotions.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of lawyers, I don't do it, but there are a lot of lawyers love to do this,
Yeah.
because it's an easy job.
Easy job.
It's an easy job. And all this, they learned also a little bit from Frommer. Frommer is a law company who checks with the computer who has watched a film without paying.
Okay.
And this downloading, I know people have now other ways to do it, but if you watch a film, and also if it's only 1 minute, Frommer will take approximately 1,000 euros from you.
Yeah.
And you can take the best lawyer to fight against it,
Yeah. You can't.
you will lose it.
you will-
You will just lose it.
Yeah.
Just call them then and ask them for installment
Yeah.
and say, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but otherwise it's a lost case.
Yeah. So I often came across some cases, like it's not I'm not the lawyer, but so like saying, okay, I downloaded some movie from torrent and I had to pay so much amount, and so I said, like, it's banned in Germany, so then why you want to use pirated kind of stuff?
That's it.
Yeah.
It's totally. And they, Frommer is a law company, it's a machine.
Yeah.
And they have to treat everyone the same. And they say that's our
Job.
That's our job. And what will you defend?
Yeah.
I was drunk.
That can't be there.
I didn't know what I was doing. You press the button.
Yeah. So, Siddharthji, if someone wants to establish a business in Germany, so what legal things he or she should know? The basics.
And the first important thing is that if you hold a blue card, you are not allowed to open a business in Germany.
Okay.
Your wife might open it, but that is all tricky. You only can do your business once you have a Niederlassungserlaubnis. Then it's not a problem at all. You just have to register, and then you have to decide which kind of company you want to run. If you want to run a GmbH, if you want to run a Einzelunternehmung, that is all the question of taxation, liability, and compliance. If you want to establish a business and you don't have a visa, then you have to present a severe, good business plan, and that is really, today I've not seen one coming through, because it's really hard, and you will find, it's even hard to find consultants for this, because the business plan, no lawyer can do it. It's your idea, you have to provide me with information, and then you have to provide also numbers, and I've seen a lot of business plans, and then it's written down, plus 10%, plus 10%, plus 10%.
Oh.
Yeah, why?
Why?
It's not substantial enough.
Yeah.
And then if you manage it, it's 3 years, then they will review it again. And two big problems if you want to run a business in Germany. It's hard to find a tax consultant. We have plenty of lawyers, but we have not enough tax consultants here. And if you run a company in the first year, you have to declare VAT every month, more or less. Most of the companies have to do it.
Yeah.
And for that, you need a tax consultant.
Oh. Yeah.
So that's not so easy. But we're happy to have entrepreneurs in the country.
Oh, okay. So, Siddharthji, if visa renewal is rejected, so how to appeal that?
To be honest, if your visa gets rejected, then there are reasons why they are rejected.
Okay.
And sure, you can go to, you're going to get a Bescheid from the Behörde. Against the Bescheid, you can challenge it. Within 30 days. But if a visa gets rejected in Germany, then there are severe grounds.
Oh.
And then normally nothing can be done. And you know, a lot of people lost their job or are here on job seeker visa, and it's limited for 6 months.
Yeah.
And it is 6 months. By mercy, you get maybe 1 more month.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people tell me, Mr. Lugani, I've told to the Ausländerbehörde, I've given 100 interviews. I'm very strong working on my applications. If you tell this to the Ausländerbehörde, it's quite silly.
Yeah.
Because you have told them already, I have 100 rejections.
Yeah.
So why should you have 101
Yeah,
rejections?
yeah.
So if you say it was due to my illness, I couldn't do it, or because there were Christmas vacations.
Yeah, in special cases.
Yeah, then maybe one
Maybe,
more mama.
that is also
But if
got-
you, it's the same like also sometimes also own goal. If you tell, I want to bring my mother from India
Yeah.
because she's very ill and very lonely,
Yeah.
then you have backfired. Because then the visa officer will think, oh, there's an old lady going to Germany who is ill,
Yeah.
which we don't want,
Yeah.
and she's lonely, so she will not return.
Yeah.
So if you don't want your mother to have a visa, you say she's ill and she's lonely.
Yeah.
Then the visa is going to be rejected.
Yeah. So they don't want any burden, kind of.
Yeah. And if you tell someone, yeah, I'm lonely,
Yeah.
then they will say, there is no Thai in India left.
Yeah.
She wants to stay with her son or daughter, and then she will not return.
Yeah.
So the visa, and it's the same with the visa. If your job seeker visa is for 6 months, then it is 6
It
months.
is for 6 months.
And then don't ask for mercy or something. I know it sounds rude, but that's the rule.
Rule is rule.
Yeah, and one thing, the German Ausländerbehörde, they are really keen to have you here
Yeah.
because you are one of the best earning communities in Germany.
Yeah.
So they will try everything to make it possible for you.
Yeah.
But sure, they have their rules. But in the end, they will check if opportunity card is a possibility, if blue card is a possibility, if 18B is a possibility. But in the end, sure, only if you have a job,
Yeah.
if you're contributing. If you're taking welfare,
Then
after for 1 year is okay because that's your own money. Arbeitslosengeld, Arbeitslosengeld 2 is my money, the taxpayer money, and that we don't want to share.
Yeah. And this Arbeitslosengeld 2, that is only for the European citizens, or?
Normally, everyone is eligible if he has a visa here. If you have a Niederlassungserlaubnis, then you can take it. But if you have blue card, then you lost the job, then you get 6 months. And if you then ask for Arbeitslosengeld 2, you will surely get the letter to leave the country.
Oh, okay. That is also a quite important point.
Yeah. Arbeitslosengeld 1 is your money, you paid for it. Arbeitslosengeld 2 is taxpayer money.
Taxpayers. So, Siddharth, we are now close to wrapping up. So, what will be your 3 top tips for expats?
The first, quite silly tip would be watch German television. Learn German. That's
Learn German,
super important. Don't expect people to speak English with you. And I'm honest, my mother is not able to speak German. She's here for 60 years. And the doctor has said she has to come with either my sister, my brother, or me to the doctor because he wants to be sure that she understands what he's saying.
Yeah.
Number 2 is please read the contracts in detail, and you don't have to go with it with a lawyer. Ask your German neighbor. I've seen a lot of Indians, they signed rental contracts and did not know that it's a limited contract or did not know it's a waived.
Yeah.
And the third thing is patience again
Yeah.
and careful. If something is easy, like easy money earning with crypto, life is not easy.
Yeah.
And in the end, just try to enjoy it
Yeah.
and integrate as much as possible by still keeping your Indian roots awake.
Yeah.
I think that's all what I could say.
So, one additional question would be like regarding the driving. So, what should some, especially Indian expat, should consider while converting his or her Indian driving license to German driving license?
The first thing is you have a license in your hand from India. The first thing is call your mother and ask her what is in my hand. because I've seen often, I think 10, 20 times per year, that people apply with the Indian license for the German license, then it is checked, then the result is it's 100% fraud, then it's a criminal deed. And then they contact me and I tell them, call your mother. And the mother says, yeah, the original is with me. I've given you only the copy. And then she sends it, it is again checked, and normally the police closes the case if you contact a lawyer quickly, and if it takes time, then the police says, we still will sue you because you have shown the fraud license.
Because it's a criminal act.
And that's again a criminal act. So here you really have to be careful, and I know most of my clients said, Mr. Lugani, no, it's the original. I said, no, you call your mother. And please make sure you have the original which you're presenting. And then, for sure, driving license is quite expensive. Try to keep it, and you can lose your driving license also if you drive an e-scooter, I rented one. You can lose your driving license also if you cycle. If you cycle drunk, then your driving license is in danger. So this license is a big responsibility. And also, I know Germany has no speed limit, but keep it under control, especially if you're on probation. It's fun, I also like to drive, but keep it under control.
So we Indians often tend to laminate the driving license. So is it legal?
That's how it comes. Normally, you might have changed a document by laminating it. And that's why I know this problem because my father always had his passport with him.
You have to be...
His passport with him. And I only got the copy always because Papa said, you will lose it. And if the copies are so good as the original, my copy, everyone knew it's a copy. Then how do you know it? And that's why, and changing any official document by laminating or something, don't do it. I know we Indians love to laminate and put everywhere some extra sheet to protect, but no, don't do it with documents. No.
Okay, good. So Siddharth, how can someone contact you if he or she is in trouble in Germany?
The easiest way is on email, Siddharth _Lugani @hlr-recht.de, or you find our contact details on our website. Or just Google Siddharth Lugani, Munich. I don't think there are any others.
Nevertheless, I will put the email address and the website details in the description box from Mr. Siddharth Lugani. Thank you so much for your time.
I thank you. Thanks a lot, and thanks that you are providing this service to the Indian community. It's a great job.
My pleasure.
Super.
Thank you so much for working out.
You need more people like you who contribute.
Thank
Perfect.
You.